Life is hectic, and we all need a break. This was true 100 years ago, and it's even more true today. We need a place to come and be reminded that there's more to life. Reminded that we have a loving God that cares for us, and that we're part of a community of believers that are there to support us. Everything we do at Camp Arcadia is designed to help you remember this, to live into who God has called you to be, and to remember that you are enough through Jesus Christ. At Arcadia, it's great to see people come back year after year and to see generations of Arcadians enjoy this place. But I love to see how we're open to new people who have yet to discover the Arcadia experience.
In 2022, Camp Arcadia is celebrating its 100th season of ministry on the shores of Lake Michigan. It all began 100 years ago when a gift of land established Arcadia, Michigan as the future site of a Walther League camp for young adults. Over time, Camp Arcadia became a haven for individuals and families alike. Over these last 100 years, times have changed, but in so many ways, camp has stayed the same. Through trial and triumph, God has been abundantly faithful to preserve and provide for Camp Arcadia. By His provision alone, we are able to fulfill camp's mission to foster renewal of spirit, mind, and body amid the beauty of God's creation and in fellowship with other Christians. From the beginning, spiritual renewal has been a bedrock of the Camp Arcadia community. Whether through the Deans and Youth Program, Arcadia evening prayer services, worshiping together during Vespers, or at the chapel on the beach, opportunities abound to connect with God and grow in relationship with Him. More than that, the peaceful setting of camp has always invited guests of all ages to pray and listen for God's voice. At Camp Arcadia, God doesn't speak any louder. It is just easier to hear Him. For years, camp's location in small-town Arcadia has offered a way for guests to disconnect from the distractions of everyday life. With meals served and activities planned all week long, camp truly provides the opportunity for every member of the family to vacation and rest. Many campers refer to their time at Camp Arcadia as their only real vacation, because it's the one time they allow themselves to be fully unavailable to work and the responsibilities of home life in order to be fully available to family and community. Not only that, but guests are invited to enjoy thoughtful lectures and discussions in the Dean's Program. Over the last 100 years, hundreds of exceptional leaders have challenged the camp community to interact deeply with God's Word, learning more about theology and identity in the process. Throughout the week, guests can be found reading for leisure on the patio, enjoying meaningful conversations with a loved one or a new friend, or simply not thinking about a to-do list. All of these are ways that renewal of mind is experienced at Camp Arcadia.
Why do you love Camp Arcadia?
Because I never get bored here.
At Camp Arcadia, renewal of body means the freedom to participate in as many or as few activities as you like. There's always something to do at camp, from traditional camp favorites like softball, after-dinner volleyball, swimming in the lake or hiking, or the patio carnival, to newer camp favorites like Capture the Flag, the 3-on-3 basketball tournament, or mountain biking. Camp's schedule is filled with opportunities to enjoy being active. One of the most time-honored traditions at Camp Arcadia is the square dance. Campers of all ages look forward to gathering on the tennis courts for square dances and line dances alike. Many dances are still accompanied by records spinning on a turntable for that traditional touch. Renewal of body might also look like napping on the beach, sitting on the patio, or refueling your body with a healthy meal. After a full day of activities, you'll be ready for a night of quiet rest as you listen to the waves of Lake Michigan outside your window. In a world that is often isolating, Camp Arcadia was designed for community. The Arcadia community, at its best, teaches us to live in community, to reach out and engage with others, whether those others are strangers you pass in the hallway on your first evening at camp, or even your own immediate family members. Relationships are strengthened with God, with family, and with friends, old and new, throughout the course of the week, in conversation over dining room tables, as children play on the playground, or in shared activities. This family feel is one of the most beloved aspects of the camp experience. A sense of belonging, safety, and care within this community that is not replicated in many other settings. Throughout the last 100 years, guests have found that as they engage within this Christian community, they encounter Christ himself in sharing his love with one another. Everywhere you look at camp, the beauty of creation is on display. Initially gifted to camp by the Henry Starkey family, Camp's shoreline property has been an asset from the very beginning. Crashing waves or smooth like glass, the lakefront has long provided scenic views with an abundance of activities for guests of all ages. The beauty of Camp's woods can be experienced through hiking the Chief Trail, shooting archery, or playing softball and capture the flag. At the end of most days, campers are treated to a spectacular show as sunset lights up the sky over Lake Michigan. Each sunset demonstrates the creativity of the creator, each unique in its beauty. Over the years, photo albums have been filled with Camp Arcadia sunset photos, each photographer setting out to capture even just a glimpse of the beauty of God's workmanship in the skies. As the years go by, each generation experiences this ever-changing but somehow constant beauty of creation at camp, and it draws them closer to God in slowing down and praising him for all that he has made. What is it that makes Camp Arcadia so special? Is it the gorgeous sunsets over Lake Michigan, or the opportunity to rest from the hustle and bustle of everyday life? Maybe it's the sense of community, or the dedicated time to nurture relationships here at camp. Most likely, it's a combination of all of these. As we look forward to our 100th season, we can't wait to celebrate what God has done through Camp Arcadia over this past century. There are some fun and exciting surprises and plans in store for this upcoming season, and we hope you'll be able to join us in celebrating. We look forward to what God has in store for Camp Arcadia's next 100 years. We can't know exactly what the future holds, but we do know that with God's blessing, Camp Arcadia will continue to fulfill its mission for many years to come. Camp Arcadia's ministry is needed and cherished just as much, if not more so today as it was in 1922. And so, we join with the voices of the many saints who have gone before us in saying, God preserve Arcadia forevermore.